time, reach out to Life's Journey Counseling Services. They're located on Main Street, right in the middle of Jewett City, and they are accepting new patients right now. Individual, couples, family, and group counseling are all services available at Life's Journey Counseling Services in Jewett City. Find them online at lifesjourneyct.com and click on Book Appointment for information on how to start or to simply get questions answered. Life's Journey Counseling Services has multiple therapists on staff, so your questions, concerns, and counseling needs will all be met. lifesjourneyct.com. It's the best place to start your personal journey to heal, become a better version of yourself, and strengthen your relationships. Life's Journey Counseling Services, 70 Main Street here in Jewett City, lifesjourneyct.com.
You see the signs everywhere. No alcohol if under 21. No tobacco under 21. No vaping supplies under 21. It's 21 for a reason.
Youth that use alcohol are more likely to engage in other risky behaviors, such as gambling. Learn the warning signs and how to talk to your children about addiction.
It's 21 for a reason. Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Hi, my name is Dr. Katina Simmons. I'm the optometrist and the new owner of Griswold Eye Care, formerly the office of Dr. Joel Zuckerbrand. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Griswold Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Griswold Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand. Hope to see you soon.
Your community radio, live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
Like they always say things that aren't stupid usually. And when they are stupid, it's funny.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome on into the big show. Mike and Kathy, no Paul today. And no Rich.
No, Rich is sleeping.
He's still sleepy.
Just got home.
So Tom Brady, give us the big news there, Kathy.
Yeah, Tom Brady's retired again for good.
Yeah.
So he just announced it, I guess, this morning with a brief video that just says, "Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good."
Yeah.
We shall see.
And right after that, 5 minutes later, was a press release saying Tom Brady has signed with the San Francisco 49ers
so
on a 4-year deal.
I wonder what Gronk will do.
I think
Gronk's back and forth too.
I think he's done.
Yeah, they both should have been done when they originally were done.
I think Gronk had some more gas in the tank more than Tom did.
He had a lot of injuries though.
So here's the real question. How does his ex-wife feel? He wouldn't retire, when
or
he was
unretired. Who knows what was going on behind closed doors there? There could have been a lot more to that.
He retired, came home, went,
never mind.
Yeah, no. See you
I'm
later.
Go back.
Peace out.
But now it's for good.
Yeah.
Now.
Sure, it is. Last time was for good too.
Yeah, I know.
So is marriage. Marriage is forever.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. All of them.
Yeah. Until somebody changes their mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, and then there's another NFL news. Jeffree Star, which I didn't know who this person was. Some kind of trans influencer, or I don't know, all over TikTok.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, it is. But I've seen it in it actually made mainstream news. I saw it on mainstream news, but apparently.
What the hell's my phone?
I don't know.
Keep talking.
He or she, I don't know what their pronouns are, is dating an NFL player. And it's like they've been like teasing it. Like posting pictures of the back of the player, pictures of his hand. Oh, he's 6'6", orange. He wears orange for his team. They didn't make
It's Tom Brady.
Well, everybody's like, oh, it's got to be Tom Brady. They didn't, but I don't know. That's been like another thing. Like, well, who is this NFL player? And apparently I don't follow NFL that much, but apparently there's an NFL player that has come out like and is out about his sexuality or whatever.
Sure.
And so people are, I guess, guessing that it could be that person, or I don't know. But that's been big
Are you
in
saying
the
that
NFL
Tom
right
Brady
now.
is going to come out?
No, I'm not saying that. No.
all right. See-
No, I'm just saying in other NFL news, there's because I don't think he meets. They said he was 6'6", so I don't know if that's him.
Tom, I think Tom Brady's like 6'5".
Is he? Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the important stuff going on now.
Hey, good morning. Come on over. So Tom Brady's retired, and tomorrow he will announce that he's signing with the San Francisco 49ers.
Tom Brady retired again. Yeah, he did. For
All
good,
right.
he said this time.
Until tomorrow.
Same day last year.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't think
Probably.
Giselle feels about that.
So we have to. Are you okay? Like about 9:05, we have to get back.
I know you have a meeting to get to.
Sorry.
No.
9:10 would be pushing it, but 9:10 would work too.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep Mary. We're gonna keep Mary Beth until noon. So.
Lucky you.
Oh, sorry, I got to pick up my youngest granddaughter.
Do you want me to move? I can move.
No,
up.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on over. All right. So, good morning, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and once you guys get in position,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and readjust the cameras here.
I do want to come in and talk about 80s music.
80s
Yeah,
music.
The whole Kate Bush dilemma. Or
Kate Bush is not a superstar.
she just got nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, they felt bad for her. I think she's still running up that hill. You know.
I'm lost. Who? I don't. And
Running
I.
up that hill.
Okay, you don't either. Okay, because I'm like,
Yeah, Kate Bush. Yeah.
was a singer?
She's
Or is a singer?
British
Singer, songwriter,
discovered by
producer.
David Gilmour.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like on the fringe, but I do think she's.
You okay? See, now I got into a lot of trouble with that. You know.
I can
got
explain
into
it. I can explain it. See, the reason people know about Kate Bush in America is Pat Benatar's "Crimes of Passion." Wuthering Heights was written by Kate Bush,
Okay.
and that's on the B side. That was a big album in the early '80s. I think it sold 5 or 6 million copies. Everybody had it.
The B side. I haven't heard that term
I
in
know.
forever.
Yeah.
The
The
B
B side of the
side.
album. That was like it was like Crimes
That's-
of
I know.
Passion, Back in
I'm
Black
lost
by
here.
AC/DC. These are like classic early '80s rock albums.
Wow.
ZZ Top.
Don't worry, Kathy. I don't know.
And yeah, I'm like,
We're lost. Glenn's
I mean,
lost
I've
too.
heard
What
of
did
some
you
of
listen
those,
to in the
but
80s?
Oh, I don't know.
I listen to
Did
songs.
you listen to music in the 80s?
Yes,
or-
I did.
I don't know. What did
No.
Mondavani? No, no.
I don't
Madonna,
remember.
Madonna, were you a
Michael
Madonna fan?
Jackson.
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't a
You,
Michael
were you
Jackson
a pop
fan.
queen, or were you like more like a rock and roll?
No, I like Journey.
Oh, okay. All right. See, there we
I
go.
like.
Arena Rock. Yeah,
What about Two Live Crew?
I still play Journey music in the house. I just like Journey.
I can just see you jamming to the Beastie Boys.
The Beastie
You're good to fight. Very bad. Slow down.
Slow down.
How about you, Glenn? Who do you listen to?
AC/DC.
Did you really?
Back in Black.
Oh, yeah. One of the greatest albums. of all
Kiss.
time.
Big Kiss fan.
Oh,
There you
not
go.
me.
There you go. Did you ever see him in concert?
I did. I saw him on Mohegan the last time they were on their farewell tour that they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Mohegan.
Before, but when it was the Providence Civic Center, before it was the Dunk, they played there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Then they stopped it because of the pyro. They
Mm.
wouldn't let him come back. I don't know what it's like at the Dunk, but now, but
In the '80s, when
Yeah.
we love the late, most of the people that got for the 2022 class were like all '80s big in the '80s. Duran Duran, Eurythmics, Pat Benatar, who was it? Dolly Parton, Lionel Richie.
Oh, geez.
see, now I agree with all of them. I guess they got to come up with superstars, megastars, and somebody we forgot.
Yeah.
And-
well,
I'm
then,
sorry.
and you got the one-hit wonders too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're one-hit wonders, but you remember them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Kate Bush wasn't a huge charting
No.
superstar,
Yeah, right,
so there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
She had a lot of influence.
She did.
mhm.
She did. And she actually, in the '90s, she worked with Prince on something. I can't remember.
Really? That I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
I want to say something. There's read something. I don't know. There's an album she did in the '90s, and Prince did synthesize her on Stevie Nicks' to Stand Back.
That I knew.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
He's a wealth of 80s
No, I
knowledge.
didn't know that. Hold on a minute.
Jeez.
No, he did.
No, that I didn't know.
Because Stevie Nicks, when she went to record after Belladonna, that was another big '80s album. I just had
He's
to
a
say-
wealth of knowledge.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
really
yeah.
is.
When
On
she
many
went to
things.
record that, she was in the studio and she liked Little
When
Red
he
Corvette.
No, I
So she's like, "How do we get that
I didn't know
sound
that.
on the song?"
Yeah,
So
I
you
didn't
listen
know
to Little
that.
Red Corvette, and you listen to Stand Back. It's the same kind of production quality with the synth.
Are you a music
You wanna-
major?
No.
My son is a minor.
but you
Sean's an
did-
English major.
I'm an English major.
Really?
Yeah. I love
Jeez.
literature.
Oh my.
You are correct.
I know. I'm correct.
He knows he is.
Mike, I'm disappointed. You
He's-
haven't talking about all these subjects
Right?
with budget.
I was a superintendent in a previous life.
I
Look
really
where that got
want
me.
to talk about the 80s.
We should do that. We should do that. All right, today all the hoopla's over. The hoopla is all over. Now today is the vote. I hope maybe some people have some questions. In case they need any clarification last minute. Have you had people calling or
Had
emailing?
two emails.
You did get.
And I talked to the first select woman yesterday. She's only had a couple, but everything is on the website. The presentation.
Right.
What do we got here?
No, you're
Yeah, yeah. Everything's on the website, including the field turf.
Yeah.
What they proposed.
So we were talking about that the other day. It's like everything. I had not heard a question that wasn't a part of that presentation.
Or that hadn't been answered in a follow-up meeting or something.
And we made ourselves available, and I'm a public official, so whenever anything I say, that has to be on the record. So we're here to help. People have questions up till today.
Yep.
We can answer them. I still stand by what I say. I think it's a sound investment for the community. I know people. I get it. I hear them have concerns about this or that, or the other. I think the whole picture, once this all settles out, a year from now, you're going to be saying, "Oh, we're really glad we did this." If it comes to pass.
Yeah.
So, two questions I have is what's the next steps if it passes, and what are the steps if it doesn't pass?
Let's go positive first.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the next step is there has to be some kind of meeting with Dana, myself, Eric, and Field Turf, and obviously we keep the board informed, the Board of Finance informed, and then the school building committee informed because it is a project. If it doesn't pass, we have to go back to the drawing table,
Figure it out,
and figure it out, because the bottom line is one of the things, and maybe I didn't do a good job saying it, the field and the track need repair.
Yep. Something has to happen.
Something has to
with it.
happen. If we want to go back and it's the will of everybody to do Band-Aid approach, that's fine. But I think it's going to cost more money
in the long run.
Glenn, I mean, Glenn has the sports background and the history, so I'm going to have him jump in.
I do. I think, especially the track, we talk about the field and stuff, but the track is in rough shape.
Very bad.
It's awful.
It is. And we've done, my time as the AD, we did some repairs on it. We've done the coatings, but I think its life has come to an end on the track. So I think that's one of the, I think we hear so much about the field, which is great, but that track is also a big asset to our community and our school. And we don't realize that our middle school kids use that track. Our middle school track program is pretty big, and it gets used all the time. We have a lot of home meets for those students because not a lot of middle schools have tracks. We're fortunate to be on one campus where we have a track. We always host the QVJC championships and all those things. So there is some, and within the track also the jumping pits, they're at the end of life too, where they need to be redone, restructured. The building's 30 years old now.
It's not. I mean, that's a big part of it, and I know that. Like Melissa and I will go walk. We'll walk the track, and we've commented many times. Don't take this personal, but it's like, when the hell are they going to fix this? That was a couple of years ago,
right?
When is this going to happen? And it's just, I mean, I actually caught my foot on a crack, and kind of, whoa. I mean, I didn't get hurt or anything, but it was like lost my balance and everything. I'm like, oh, I mean, what would happen? You just have to resurface it over and over again, and
you're just putting a Band-Aid on a situation and throwing money out down the toilet on something like that. It's just like when you have a home, your roof doesn't last forever. So, I sometimes hear people say, well, it doesn't leak. You don't want it to leak. You don't want it to get to that level. Well, our facilities are at that level that they're just beyond their useful life, as we say.
And the track currently now has how many lanes?
It currently has 6 lanes.
6, and the proposals to go to 8, right?
Lanes,
and then you can host high school.
You can host bigger events for sure, and also anybody who's been to a track meet very long, it increases the time the track, you can reduce time and all those things going on.
So everybody's talked about like the life of the field, when that needs to be replaced, or how long. What about the track? What about the 8-lane track? I mean, how durable is that? Is that something I have? That's one thing I have not heard on.
That I think I got to get back to. For some reason, I'm having a block on it, and I apologize. I needed a cup of coffee. That I believe has a longer life than the actual.
I would think.
I just don't want people saying Sean said it's 20 years and it's really 15. You know,
looking at the things, I don't want to misquote the years, but definitely down the road, you need a spray on it or some different things. But it definitely has a much longer life.
Well, no matter what you do, it's going to require some sort of maintenance, upkeep,
right?
You know, so. And I guess the other thing that I hear and I get confused is the actual length of time on the actual turf field itself. Is it 15 years before they recommend?
So correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's a warranty, obviously, but it's 8 years if you do nothing.
It's 8 years is the warranty. Roughly 12 to 15 is what they found in the past.
I thought that was the number, but
with the schedule of maintenance on it that our crew will have to do.
Yeah, the better maintenance schedule that you have, and the more it's treated, you have a greater chance of prolonging the life of the field.
And what kind of maintenance is there for a turf field?
There's a machine that comes with the turf field that you would drive with a tractor. They recommend every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how much use it has. Anyway, I'm thinking more like it's going to be every 3 weeks or so during the fall and spring, because why would we, if we have the material and we have the machinery, why wouldn't we take care of it? And if you have like a soccer game, a lot of times where the goalie stands, you probably go the next day and you can fluff up the areas and things like that.
Gotcha.
But, 3 to 6 weeks probably. And then in the off season, obviously winter, if there's snow on it, there's no maintenance on it.
And then I don't know why I keep going back to this, but I just like the whole idea you can plow it.
Yeah.
Can't plow a field now.
Well, you could. It'd be awfully messy, but.
And I do know Glenn can talk to this. Like for our games, when we have them on the existing field, there's a lot of prep time before the games in terms of lining and making sure that doesn't have to happen.
No, that wouldn't have to happen. And the other, I've heard some questions about, can you put the whole schedule on there in the fall and the spring? You absolutely can. The difference is the lines are already down. You could easily play a JV football game and a varsity soccer game back to back. It would just take a few minutes to roll the goals off and put up the pylons and the things you would need for a football game. But
that's cool.
I believe the transition could be less than a half hour, actually.
I just think that's awesome. I just, and it's time and we deserve it here. We deserve it here.
Our student athletes deserve it, but also importantly, the community deserves this.
Say,
The community does.
I don't go to the school, but I walk that
Right.
track.
We have a lot of people that walk it.
We and not have to and stay away from the edge where it's crumbling and all of that.
Well, that's what I was kind of speaking to earlier, and I'm not trying to be overly melodramatic about it. I mean, this is really what it is right now.
Mike, the other thing I would just say, Kathy, is Griswold Public Schools. We are a community center. I live in a community where you have the Parks and Rec Center, and there's a building, and you might have a Y down the road, and you have the U.S. Navy submarine base, and they have facilities. This is it. We educate here. We have programs at night and on the weekend in the summer. We're a food distribution site for United Way.
Every third Thursday.
Right. We are. Kathy. We are a place where people come and exercise. There's data in the presentation. I mean, it's not hard data, but it is data. It's a community center. So of course, this is a community multi-purpose field. Of course, it's good for the community. Of course, it's great for Griswold if it comes to pass.
Yeah.
To me, Kathy, I've said all along, this is an absolute no-brainer. I can't figure why this would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, and I think like the other side from what I've heard, people are concerned about the money aspect. And of course, that's a valid concern, especially in the way, our economy is right now and our political climate and things like that. But I don't know when there would be a good time to increase. I mean, when has there ever been a good time to increase your taxes?
There's never. And if we wait, the cost is only going to increase.
You're kicking the can down the road. Yep.
The cost has already gone up considerably since this whole ad hoc committee developed, and we spoke to Turf Field in the beginning.
Yeah.
and now this same company, of course, has done many fields in our general area.
Yeah.
They did Waterford.
They did Killingly.
East Line.
I don't know. I'd have to ask Andrew. I know they've done the Coast Guard Academy. So they deal with colleges and universities as well as K through 12 and districts, pre-K.
Oh, look at this. It's Scott. My back feels better for hire. Most, if not all, the people who say, quote, there's nothing wrong with the current facility, unquote, have, or close quote, have not walked down and seen the condition of the facility.
No, you go down there and look at it. I mean, go down, you could have gone down and watch a football game when it's been raining or after it's rained, or, and it's all the mud puddles and the little divots, and I mean,
it's a mess.
Just go down and look at it. Just go walk the track, go do a loop around the track.
What have you had any feedback from area schools and area coaches about the football field? And I mean, what kind of things have you heard about the current state of the field?
Over the years too, I've always heard it from different coaches that they like playing here. I know one of the games we beat Montville, the head coach still brings it up whenever I run into him, that the field conditions weren't ideal.
Yeah.
He blames the field conditions. Jimmy Bunico down at Legend always says our grass was too high, things like that. But there are some things. And I think the other piece that people have realized during the school day, it's going to be used also. Our PE classes can be on there, and which will extend us being able to get outside and do more activities. Because if you've ever been outside in October in the morning, you can't really go outside. Your feet are soaked. This gives you a whole many other parameters that we can use. Our elementary school uses it also for PE. So it gives us, and the middle school can go down and use it.
Middle school has a soccer program too.
We do have a soccer program,
Okay,
and the plan would be next year to put a couple middle school games out there at night. How great would that be for our middle school kids to play?
That'd be awesome.
Try to do a couple night games with them.
Did you have?
I was just going to say that the seating there for spectators, there aren't many other schools I've been to that have the stadium seating.
Yeah.
To go, I mean, we do. Those stairs are a monster.
They are.
There's 69 of them. By the way.
Oh, I know. I've run them.
Counted them?
Oh no,
I've been for a lot of years.
Yeah, I've run them. I know. But I mean, the seating is
phenomenal.
Oh my! There's not a bad seat to watch a game or anything there. So you already have that in place, So if you were to have state tournaments or whatever, I mean, you don't. The seating's perfect for stuff like that.
We're known for perfect seating, but the worst field.
Yeah,
and
I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
and from a coaching standpoint, with the new lights, the film you get, because our soccer coaches, everybody films the games. The angle is awesome from there, except for the pole that's in the middle. You don't see some of the stuff, but
and that will be
gone.
moved.
We'd have the full pole, so you'd have the view would be much better.
And a lot of that film can be used for kids that are looking to go into, college for sports. They have to put their portfolio together or whatever, and they use film.
Oh, I have a lot of parents already have reached out to me and said, "Oh, we've ripped footage off of SNSN, to put on our in the package for
That's
the kids."
what
And
they're looking
everything.
for,
Absolutely.
The last question I have is, because I know you gentlemen have to go, and can you stay or
maybe for a little bit? I have to pick up my youngest granddaughter.
Oh, okay. Good. So Mary Beth can still.
No, I didn't say 10. I'll let Kathy do that. Kathy's good at it.
So I'm going to go ahead and speak in the reference of it passed. Okay, we're getting the field. When does the shovel go into the ground?
So the goal is as soon as possible. We already have Steve Carvino on standby if he has to move things around for the spring, because if we can start the fall sports season full freight on the field, that would be great. Wouldn't it be wonderful?
Awesome.
But originally they were talking about late May. I think it's dependent on a couple of things. Obviously, there's a series of meetings at Field Turf, and we have to go through, and permits, and then you have to get crews and materials. The point is to have ideally us in the springtime in that slot, because there's other schools that are doing this, so that we can start the fall season. All of it would be great, or a significant part of it on the field.
And there's only a few other schools that do not have turf field. Macon, Plainfield,
and Groton. Fitch.
Okay, I thought they had a brand new field.
But they put the middle school.
Grasso.
Beautiful.
Yes,
okay.
they do.
All right.
Yeah, that's my son.
Remember, Wyndham's football team played on the road because they actually did it all last fall. They put their field in.
Yeah.
And how long will it take? About 3 months?
3 months.
Wow, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. That's when I heard that, I went, really?
Yeah, that's really quick.
Okay.
Cool.
Any other? Because I know you got it's 9:02, so I've been watching the clock for you because I know you have to go. Any? What would you if I'm standing here and I'm on the fence? What do you tell me? I'm going to go in to vote. Now I already voted, but I'm saying I'm going to walk in to vote, and you have like 1 minute to say, "Hey, look, this is what I think."
This is a sound investment for Griswold, for the families, for the kids, and for the future of the community.
Spot on. Glenn, how about you? Would you echo that, or you have something else to add?
I'm really hoping it passes because I've been in the district 30 years with a coaching team. This is our home. We moved here 17 years ago, so our daughters would come to this district. For me, I'll be elated if it passes because I think it's so well needed for our kids, and it really truly is great for our community.
I don't disagree. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I'm going to take my lunch and I'm going to go into the bleachers and just watch them. And then they're going to
watch them.
Yeah. Don't they going to move the bleachers back a little bit? Like just because the field's got to be a little wider.
The bleachers will stay where they are. You know, the opening that when you walk on the home side, you have that big space. That'll be narrowed a little bit, but there'll still be a walking area there.
Okay. All right. Cool. I heard they're going to put a Starbucks down there too, Kathy.
Oh,
so.
yeah, right. I'm not a Starbucks.
No?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. They're going to put a Dunkin' Donuts down there. I hear Honeydew in
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Did you hear about that? Honeydew Donuts?
No, I didn't.
Somebody posted.
They're trolling.
Yeah,
It
somebody
doesn't-
posted, oh, Honeydew is going into Lisbon. Of course, everybody just took it for fact.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that's great. And there were like 100 comments on it. Whatever.
Let's see. That's really all I have. I mean, I think we've gone over it over and over, and I just want to make sure that people can click on something other than Griswold now, that people can get an idea of from you guys right straight from the source.
I looked at the analytics that our page is getting hints.
Good.
Not a ton, but people are going there. We have our budget up there. We just started that process with the Board of Education. Got a month.
It doesn't stop.
No.
But all of our information is up there. And if people are looking for something, email me, email Glenn. We're here to help.
I actually have your email address the
It's
last
scrolling.
week scrolling. Look at what?
He's like,
I've got two.
I
Thank
Two.
you.
Yeah. No, just if you have any questions, email because we've talked about talked to the point that you've been very, very visible.
Yeah.
And
He's very approachable, very
yeah.
visible, and so isn't Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we just have a great staff, that's leading. We have great leadership at Griswold Public Schools. And
It's
of course, the three of you, it's amazing.
It's about the kids at the end of the day.
Yeah.
This is about the kids. And
We're not here for anything else but the kids.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
but I do want to come back to talk about the 80s with you guys. I think that would be cool. But
Pick a subject. Pick a subject or pick a band. Just don't do Kate Bush.
See, I can do 90s, but I don't think I could do 80s.
why don't we do like an 80s, 90s
We could do that.
sort of music overview?
We were thinking
If we're
about.
doing the 90s, we have to talk about Nirvana.
Oh, yeah,
it
yeah,
smells
yeah.
like Teen
Never
Spirit.
mind. Yeah.
We have to talk about that.
You just come as you are.
There's a lot of 90s. There's
Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
all the alternative.
I'm a big Chris Cornell fan.
See, and I was all like on the R&B, like the TLC and the
I like
SWV, and
Yeah, no, I
the,
like TLC.
all
I
the,
had- yeah.
What about Boys to Men? Remember
Yeah.
Boys to Men?
It's on
and
Philly
all
back
that?
again.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees, it's now just a BG.
Oh, that's sad.
All right.
Thank you for having
Because
us.
I'm out now.
Yeah, on that
Thank
note,
you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you
All right,
later.
so the polls are going to
Talk
be
to you later.
open.
They are open.
They
They're
are
going to be
open.
open until 8 o'clock tonight.
I was number 56 this morning voting.
Wow,
I
that's
don't-
pretty good so far. Yeah.
I don't know what number I was at. I went in at about 7:55.
I always say I'm going to look and see what number I am. Half
Yes.
the time I forget. And this time I'm like, remember to look.
Yeah.
Remember to look. So.
Yeah. We'll
56.
be going later this afternoon, so I'll check to see what it is because Rich is sleeping. So we're gonna wait for him to get up and then we'll go.
I've heard that there are a lot of kids
Who registered
who registered
Really?
to
To
vote
vote.
That's
for
awesome.
because of this.
this project.
Yep.
Oh, good.
And you think about it, most of the kids are out of the program because they're 18 years
Right,
old.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're seniors and they're
Yeah, or
they're
beyond,
not-
or
Right.
just newly alumni, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
but they
really
believe
cool.
in it.
Yeah.
They believe in it and they want this for the students after them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's just the passion
Mm-hmm.
of it all.
Yep.
So when did you first hear about this? I mean, being on the Board of Education, when did you first hear about this and what did you think?
I heard about it when Sean approached me in August of 2020.
Wow.
You see, people don't know. It's been 2-3 years in the making.
Well, and
And
that's
he
one of the
said,
things I've heard is they're
"We
like, oh,
need-"
this happened so fast all of a sudden. I'm like,
it was
I don't think it's
August
all of a sudden.
2020. He approached me and he said they want to form an ad hoc committee, and it comprised. They needed a couple board members, and comprised of alumni, just a bunch of different people, members of the community. And he goes, we're going to need 2 board members. You would appoint 2 board members. So I did. I appointed Shannon Webster and Marty Osga, and Michelle D'Amico's on it. They also had representatives from Griswold Youth Football on it. So it was a very collaborative.
Jeff Cassidy, right?
Jeff Cassidy, Ted Koziel, and then Alex Grislak was on it as an alumni. So it was a bunch of people, and they had the driving force to keep pushing and pushing and moving it forward. So it wasn't, this came on fast.
Yeah.
The ad hoc committee's been developed since August of 2020. All of our notes, minutes were posted online. And then back in May of 2022, the Board of Finance graciously approved to allow us for $30,000 to do our master plan study, which included the pre-engineering work, which people say, well, the borings haven't been done. That's part of the pre-engineering work.
So it was done.
So that we knew, because you can't just go to turf field and say, we want to put in a turf field. They need all the pre-engineering work done so the engineers can say, yes, they can do it, but this is what we've come up with for the specifications that this field needs. So then it goes to turf field for a bid. So this has been going on a long time. And I don't know what to say for people that didn't know it. Again, I can't make every meeting in town, but I see what meetings are going on. I look at the minutes, and then I look at what happened, what went on the minutes.
Yep. Yeah. And the minutes are all there. I mean,
They're all there,
you
and
just-
we're very transparent, very clear on everything. And we've had this posted on our website for quite a while.
Yeah.
And we've done meetings.
Yep.
Yeah, this isn't something that just kind of happened, but I think a lot of people feel because maybe they were just unaware for some reason that it just all of a sudden, poof.
Honestly, and that's going to happen, I think, no matter what.
No matter
I've seen,
what.
just in the last week, I've seen a couple of posts on local Facebook pages, saying, what's this referendum all about? What are we voting on? Is there a vote next week? Why are we
Gun
voting?
range. It's almost gun range.
Don't want to get started on that. But I mean, you're going to see people that are just like, well, what's going on? Well, even tomorrow, I guarantee you, you'll see people going, what? I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, for them to say that we slid it through, we hit it. No, we've been working on this since August of 2020.
Yeah. And your Board of Ed meetings are streamed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
there, you can go back and even watch the meetings. If you don't want to go, read the minutes, you can actually watch them.
Right. We stream every week,
Mhm.
every meeting on Facebook.
Yep. And the same thing with the most recent, town meetings.
The Board of
selectmen
Selectmen have
meeting.
started
They've started streaming
They
them in the
have
last
that.
month or
Yep.
so you can go back and watch those.
Mhm.
Because there was one where there was some discussion
Yeah.
and things like that, and it's good to hear feedback and the questions and get the information, the answers,
Right.
and all of that, and you can hear it firsthand, not playing telephone through other people. So I mean, it's all available. You just have to be willing to
Put in the effort to go find
look
it.
for it. But yeah, and I think right now we're in this age where people want it spoon fed to them, and
They do.
you can't.
And
It's just-
we can't go door to door
no.
and give
I said that
information
many times.
to everybody.
I know.
And
You just can't do it.
you can't do it. It's
Mm-mm.
all over. It's
Yeah.
all over
It's
on our
there.
site.
Yeah.
I've said it to you. I've said it to Paul. I think
Mhm.
it's funny. It's that spoon fed is the exact word I use, and
Mhm.
it's like you want to go door to door, knock on the door. Hi, I'm Mike with your Griswold update.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
go to the
Seriously.
next door.
Right.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Mike with your.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's been everywhere. I mean, they have the signs, the registrars put the signs out,
Mhm.
the yard signs, you see those on the corner. The library has it on there.
We have it scrolling on our digital.
Yeah, I
sign.
figured you would. I didn't see it, but I figured that was there.
Our wonderful digital
Yeah,
sign.
I know. That thing's so cool.
It is so cool. You can read it.
I
It's
know.
just so clear.
It is.
It's just great.
And it's been all over social media. It's been on the registrar's page. It's been on the town of Griswold page. Both political parties in town have had it on their pages. It's on stories. You name it. you've had it. It's all over the place. You know, and residents have been sharing it. So if you haven't seen it,
I mean, Jewett City Bank has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on their scrolling
Yeah, and didn't you
sign,
put it on Charlene's and Dean's or something on their TVs?
Dean's.
I put it on those. I always have it rolling somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know how you could not have
Other
seen
than
it
door
over
to
the
door.
last couple weeks.
See, I think back in the late 70s, 80s, there was really only one place to get your information, and that was the newspaper.
Yeah.
Right, but that
And that's pretty much obsolete
But
now.
back then,
right? Yeah,
back then,
I
that
agree,
was
totally.
yeah. The
That was
mini
it.
news came out on Wednesday, you know, and that was it. Turnpike Buyer and Shoppers Guide don't carry anything like that.
They
It's
don't
just
carry,
ads.
but they don't carry down here either.
Right, exactly.
It's just up in the northeast corner.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is really becoming obsolete too.
Yeah.
When I first got into real estate 21 years ago, that was a very thick booklet.
I was just gonna say it's
now
it's like 30 pages.
it is 30 pages. Realtors aren't even really, there's a few that will advertise in it, but for the most part, no. And it's very expensive. And it only really has about a 3-day life to it because you get it on Tuesday. Most people, it's in the garbage can by Friday.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't advertise in it because it's expensive. It's not worth it.
It is very expensive. It is.
And with today's social media,
Mhm.
realtors are posting online.
Oh, I see it all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
And, you know, once you put a listing in multiple listing service, it's out everywhere.
Everywhere.
So there's no reason to do the print advertising.
Yeah, it's kind of obsolete
It
now
is.
at this point. And
Yep.
even I think we were saying yesterday, even the folks that do still get, a hard paper newspaper.
But they're all complaining that they're not getting it.
Exactly.
They're not
you
getting
know?
it
Yeah, and they
because-
post on social media. I
Yes.
haven't gotten my newspaper.
Well, now the news is old, so just go on.
Right. Just
you know,
go onto the website or
site.
go onto their page to get it.
You go to a newspaper box, so you see if you
Do
see
they
one
still
on that.
have those?
In a couple places
Do
here and
they?
there. They used to be looking at the Sunday paper. Used to
Yep.
be full.
Oh, I remember.
And you
Yeah.
could-
I used to go get the Sunday paper.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we had it delivered to the house here, and then we stopped. So my husband would get it downtown. It used to be full of coupons,
Oh, yeah.
full of sale
Yes,
flyers. Now it's
yes.
nothing. And I'm like, I can go online,
Yeah.
read the Target ad on my Target app.
Yes.
I can go wherever I want. I don't
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
need that in my life.
Yeah. Get the funnies. Get the
Yeah,
funnies in the Sunday
There's going to
paper.
be Cliff's Corner,
Yeah,
which has
yeah.
become Ed's Corner, which become Dean's Corner.
Right.
Yep.
You know, and they always had the papers there. And that's
Yeah.
what people.
Yes.
Yep. Or you go into a diner and they have like a shared paper that
Yes,
kind of,
yeah.
that's just kind of
Hey,
put
can I
on a
get the
booth.
sports
and-
section when you're done?
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
just
that
like
happens.
passed around, and you don't see that.
No,
anymore
you don't
at all.
And
I
why
don't-
would you? Just
Why would
look
you?
at
Yeah,
your device.
right.
Just look at your
Yep.
device.
I don't even.
Absolutely.
Are coupons even a thing anymore? Do people? Because
Now they
a
have
lot of them are
digital
digital.
things.
Digital.
So I don't
coupons,
even
yeah.
know if they're
Like Target, you just
Oh,
download their
yeah.
Target
Yep.
circle offers.
Yep.
I think it is. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and same thing with like grocery stores. Like they're all even
They're
my,
all
like
digital.
my BJ's.
Stop and
yeah,
Shop,
it's
you can
all-
do them all digital.
ShopRite, too.
You have your card and you just load them to your card,
Yeah.
and then when you give the
Done.
cashier your card, just swipe it.
Mhm.
All the coupons
just
are
comes
loaded
off.
if you bought those
Yeah.
items. So
Same thing
why
at-
would I?
BJ's too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. I don't know how else anyone would have found out. I mean, if anyone has any other ideas, but and not just for this particular
It's not just
thing,
this.
but just
it's
everything. Just to get
It's everything.
information out. There are no other ways at this point.
No.
You know, you kind of have to. You got to go looking for it. You know, I mean, you have to be out there doing.
I
some
think
legwork.
people have gotten inherently lazy
Mhm.
Yep.
when it comes to searching for information, like which
Yeah.
goes back to the they need to be spoon fed.
Mhm.
You know, and it's not trying to offend anybody. It's just what has happened.
Yep.
And if it doesn't-
We've become a very lazy society.
Yeah. Yeah. And that instant gratification. Just
Instant.
give it to me. I just want to
Yep.
know it. Look at every day. What are the oil prices today? I don't know. How about you call them and find
Call.
out?
That's what I look at. I'm like, well, you
Ugh.
can't say how much are the oil prices today because
It's gonna
today's
change.
today's price is going to change probably
Right.
to this afternoon and tomorrow
Yes.
morning.
Yep.
Pick up the phone and call.
Yes, I know. Drives me nuts. I know.
Where's the best place to get gas?
I was
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
say gas prices. Yeah, I know.
What about the garbage service?
Oh
How it
my
went up?
gosh.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
How much is it? And when do they
Oh,
deliver? Call
God.
CWPM,
Yes,
ask
yeah.
them, or call Casella and
Right.
ask them.
Yes. Yes. Is this recycling week? I just started this one. Is this
I haven't.
recycling week? Isn't it next week? I don't know what.
Call and ask when recycle is.
When's the transfer station open?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
That's
it's supposed to be
posted on the
open.
website.
It's supposed to be open. It's not open.
Every
Oh,
Wednesday from
yeah.
10 to 2.
And
And the first and third
third Saturday.
Saturday from 7 to 12.
Yeah.
Or look on the website.
Right. Yep. Yeah. You always.
They just want instant. They don't
Yeah.
want to say, okay, let me log into
They
the
don't
town
wanna
of Griswold. Let me go
yeah.
to the Public Works.
Yeah. They don't want to take that extra
No.
minute or two to find it.
There's this thing called a website.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are even kind of becoming obsolete now, I have to say.
Because people have really all kind of gathered around social media and Facebook.
Mhm.
And
For that instant.
yeah.
Mhm.
And think about it. When you have Facebook, what are you doing?
Scroll.
You're scrolling,
Mhm.
right? How often are you actually going to the search bar
You're
and
not.
looking for a business, or you're looking for?
So, I mean, on Facebook or any social media, I do that. If I'm looking for something, I will use the search feature in social media, and to
But
try
far
to
and
find
few
something.
between, I'm
I know,
assuming.
yeah, I know. I don't think a lot of people do that. But if I'm looking for something specific, or some kind of topic, I'll go to
Mhm.
Griswold Now and be like, I know I saw something in the last couple of weeks. I'll go to Griswold Now. Put
Search.
search instead of retyping. Oh, I know this has been asked a million times, but no, if it's been asked a million times, then use the search bar and it'll pop up all the posts that have talked
Right.
about that. And you don't have to put in a post saying, oh, I know.
But
it's
what
been
about
asked.
opening up Chrome on your phone or Internet Explorer?
I
or whatever?
do that a lot.
I do.
Honestly.
I do some of it.
I have Chrome on. Yeah.
Yeah, I do
Sometimes
too.
it's I'm looking for a phone number for something.
Or I'm doing
Yeah.
reverse phone. Like, oh, whose phone number? Google the
Robocall.
number.
Okay, scroll down, block.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't know. I just don't. I think if it's not right in front of me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
people or them, they're not looking.
No,
They're just
No.
not it. And
Mm-mm.
Sarah just said, people only hear what they want to hear.
that's
Mhm.
true. Yep.
So
Yep. I'm curious to see though after the fact tomorrow, maybe the next day, all the people like ask,
I did.
what
know
was
this.
this all about?
What was this about? I didn't know
happened?"
this. How could they
Yeah,
do this?
yeah.
is this about the gun range again?
Yeah, no. Why are they trying to sneak this through? Why that was really shady. What when it's been going on for a while?
You know what
August
was
of 2020.
You know
I
what was
appointed
shady?
people.
Because they were sitting in the shade, not looking.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, I don't see
Yeah.
anything. Oh, look at it. There
I
it is.
know.
Open your eyes.
And it's not just for, this project in particular. It's not just for
No.
It's
school
everything.
children or
It's
anything. We don't have any kids that go to that school.
I don't
that
have any
go
more
to
kids.
Griswold.
Yes, I'm the chair for the board of ed, but I don't have any
Right.
more kids.
Yeah.
My daughter's 37. My son's 33. He doesn't even live here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's in Georgia.
Yep.
My
Yeah.
daughter, yes, she lives in Griswold, and I have 2 granddaughters. Eventually, they'll be coming through, but they're
Mhm.
very little.
Yep. Yeah. It's doesn't necessarily affect my family personally, directly. None of my kids play sports there or anything like that, but we do use the facility. We do go there as residents. And, my sons have gone down there and passed the football around on the field and come home and their, shoes are caked with mud. And I'm like, leave them outside. Like, don't bring those in, that sort of thing. Like I said, running the track and, everybody uses it. It's not.
But as I say, people voted for things when my kids were here
Mhm.
and supported that,
Yeah.
and they didn't have students in.
Mhm.
So I need to pay it back.
Yeah.
I need to give these students
Mm-hmm.
the best facility
Yep.
possible to play sports on. And, you could say, well, kids are supposed to be going to school for academics. Yes, I understand
They
that
do.
fully.
They
But
do.
sports plays a big part in their everyday life and their mental health.
Absolutely.
And people can say that's, mental health. There is serious issues across this country with mental health,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
especially in our students.
Yep. And growing up, I was a student athlete
Mhm.
and, a straight A student, all
Yep.
of that, but I played sports every season. And one of the things that I saw that helped even some of my teammates was, you had to maintain certain grades
Right.
in order to even play or go to practice or, that sort of thing. At my kids' middle school, their teachers had to provide a report to the
Yep.
coaches that told them whether they got in trouble that day, if they had any detentions, if they were failing anything. And if so, you still had to go to practice
Right.
or you still had to go to the game, but you weren't participating.
Right.
You were supporting your team and you still had to go. So
It holds them accountable.
absolutely. Yep. So
It
there's
teaches them about time management and
Mhm.
working together with a group of
Yep.
people as a team and listening to your coach. And
Mhm.
it's a whole bunch of different things that are piled into one.
Yep. Yeah. It's not that it doesn't have anything to do with academics.
Right.
It's actually it's woven in with it. Same thing with the arts, you
Absolutely.
know,
What about
or the
esports?
esports, right? The
Esports.
esports, you know, all of the any kind of after school activity is going to help with academics.
Right. People
it
say, oh, all
supplements
we're
it.
talking about is sports. No, we will move to the spring and we'll talk about the play that the high school is
Mhm.
doing, the wedding singer
Yeah.
this year.
What
That's
about
going to be cool.
just even the summertime, the summer school programs?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we have a great,
Photography
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
was
so-
offered one time. So.
Mhm.
Right. So everything's very important to us.
Yep.
Our arts program is important. Our esports,
Mhm.
that has taken off to be
Yeah.
incredible.
Yep. And of
And
course,
kids are getting scholarships into college for that.
Crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is
I know.
a very big and up and coming thing. They
Yep.
are getting scholarships
Mhm.
into that.
Yep. Yeah. It's I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I just focus will be, right now the focus is on the field and on
Mhm.
sports, of
Right.
course, but there will be a time where the focus will be on the arts or an
will
art show
be.
or like you
You'll
said,
have
in the
Ray
spring.
Churchill in here
Sure.
with his
Right, for the theater.
some of his cast members
Yeah,
for
so-
that. And
right.
that's a big thing
That's huge.
at our school
Yep.
in the spring.
Actually, I was just talking to somebody about it
Shows
last night.
sell out. And
Yeah.
it's completely crazy over
Yeah.
there. For a
Yeah,
few
and the
days.
wedding singer that I think that's a cool. I've never
Yeah.
seen that play.
I
It would
took
be
Rihanna
interesting
to go see
watch that.
Grease because she was going through a whole Grease phase.
Yeah,
And where she was, she loved her Rizzo.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
So I told her that Grease was, at the school. She goes, "Can we go?" Yeah, sure. No tickets. Ray, can we get in? He let us in.
Yeah.
We stood on the back wall.
yeah.
Right.
But
Mhm.
it was funny. A couple of the kids that know me and stuff like that. Like because they were coming through, they're high fiving me. Dad, do you know them? I know a couple of the kids. Wow. So
Yeah, it's the focus will,
It
it's
shifts.
yeah, of
for
course,
for
of
different things that
course.
we're doing
Yeah.
over there.
Well, and I know you guys just announced too recently where you had, I think there were 3 students that were just accepted to like Quinnipiac and West Point, and there's that's obviously academic,
It is.
related.
Coranda Ruggiero, who was named the best volleyball player in the state of Connecticut, was accepted into West Point.
West Point.
Unbelievable. Yes,
One of
yeah,
the strains. I want to say
unbelievable.
Lucas, but don't quote me on that. He's going to Quinnipiac.
Michael.
I couldn't remember. I get them confused.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, they all look the same.
No disrespect.
No.
No triplets. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Evan Merchant just accepted to Fitchburg
Pittsburgh, yeah.
for
up in-
basketball.
Yep.
Nice.
So we do have great students.
Mm-hmm.
you
Student
know?
athletes
Yes.
and academics and pretty well rounded.
That's just this year.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Jennifer Gauthier makes a pretty good point, which she usually does. And did you know that Thompson had a referendum vote yesterday that had a question for a similar item?
Mhm.
It was decided by a difference of less than 10 votes.
Oof.
The question was to appropriate $1.5 million to remove and replace the outdoor athletic track at the school building. The question passed by a vote of 576 yes to 567 no. And she said it. I agree. Proof
Every
that
vote counts.
Every vote
Mhm.
counts.
Yeah. And that was
All
just to
matters.
replace a track.
Yeah.
That's not
At
the
1.5,
field. That's right at 1.5 million for just to replace a track. Wow. Yeah. No, every vote does count. I
It's
mean, you got to get out
9:26.
there.
I just want to let you know what time it is because I
It's
know
okay, I can see it.
you good. Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
I'm good. Unless you want me to leave, and I'll leave.
No.
Get the hell out of here.
No, I think this
Okay.
is something. That has to be talked about multiple times because it's like anything else. If you don't hear it 3, 4, 5 times, it's
Yeah.
not really gonna sink in. It's
Mhm.
just the way that it is with
Mhm.
everybody. It's-
Yep.
um,
Yeah. I'm assuming there'll be a bolus of folks that will go like after business hours, probably,
most likely.
when they
after-
picking
after
up their
work.
kids, swing by after grabbing their kids from their sports,
Right. It was
whatever.
pretty- I want to say there was like lines out the door down there.
Right.
There wasn't when I went in, but it was, people in, people
Mhm.
out, people in, people out.
Good.
So-
Yeah. Well, you said it was 56,
I was
right?
number
When you went in?
56.
Yeah. I mean, that's
And that was
pretty good early in the morning.
What time did you
maybe-
go?
8:05, 8:10.
Oh, then I
something
just
like that.
missed you then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I just came over here and parked and
Yeah.
talking on my phone.
When I came here, that's exactly where I had come from.
That's where I came from.
Yeah, so I must have just missed you.
Mm.
But
Yeah. We'll see. A few short hours.
huh?
A few short hours, and we'll know.
Yeah. And they'll say, "Oh, the machine broke down. We have to wait till tomorrow."
No, I don't think that'll happen on this one.
I don't think so
I
either.
don't think we'll be getting thousands and thousands of people. It'd be nice, but I don't think that's going to happen.
How many votes do you think? How many people do you think?
We're
will
going to
turn
play
out?
that game.
Yeah, we play. Yeah.
Oh. Call it the non-gun range referendum.
I don't know. This one's a tricky one because you have like all the parents from the school that could potentially, that are directly, could be directly, invested in this. I don't know. I'm going to say 837.
837 votes.
That's what I'm going to say for today.
What about you, Mary Beth? How many do you think?
456.
456. I was going to go with 650.
Mm.
So we're all right.
Yeah,
so we're all
we're all
right.
over the place.
Mhm.
Jen Gothier says 1,400.
Really?
And I got to be honest, during the last election, she was right.
Hmm.
Within what, like 100? She was.
Was she?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. She was.
I would be
I'd
pretty
love to
impressed
see
with
it.
that. Yeah.
Huh?
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because when you see the number of voters
I
that come out, it's
know.
really disappointing.
I know. It is.
And it's always the people that don't vote that complain.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's the easiest thing to do.
I know.
To register,
It
and
takes-
then it takes 2 minutes. You bring your license in, they
Mhm.
check you off.
Yep.
You date the card, the pen.
Yeah, you
vote,
literally just fill in a little bubble
fill in
and
a little bubble.
scan it in.
Scan it in,
Get
and
your
you're out the
sticker.
door.
Dave says, watch out for the Russians hacking the vote.
They're too busy setting up warships outside of
Yeah.
the U.S. right now.
They're going to get you. You know what I'm saying? Interesting situation. I was battling this lady on TikTok one night. And she was Russian. You could tell she had. So I started talking to her. I told her I was from Minsk.
Oh my god!
And she go, "Oh," she started talking Russian. I went, "Yes, I like
Was she
egg."
in Russia?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
I didn't think
Oh,
they.
yeah. Wow.
I thought they shut
Uh-uh.
TikTok down over there. Oh,
Nope. There are people.
interesting.
No, we talk to people all the time from
Hmm.
Russia, Belarus.
Wow.
Wow.
There's this one guy I talked to in I can't remember. I can never remember. It's this really beautiful city in the Middle East. It's on an island.
Hmm.
The hell's the name of it?
I don't know.
It's like the cleanest city in the world. They're calling it
Well, Sweden.
Dubai.
Oh, Dubai.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would love to go to Dubai.
Huh?
I would love to go there.
It looks beautiful.
My son was
Mhm.
who I'm picking up at the airport today. He's been to Dubai. He worked for a company one time that they were opening up a restaurant in Dubai in one of their malls,
Oh, wow.
and he was on part of the training crew, and they took him to
That's
Dubai
so
for 2
cool.
weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, he would call, and at midnight there, it was still in summer, 100 degrees.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
extremely
It
hot.
was amazing.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, they have cruises that go there.
Uh-huh.
That would be like a nice like retirement like cruise to like go. They
Dubai?
have those. Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lady I talk to sometimes once in a while. She'll pop into my life. She's from Dubai, and it's like everybody's rich
Yeah.
over there. They're just
Yeah.
like really rich.
Really,
Mhm.
really rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Peggy says it's a dry heat.
Mhm.
See,
Yeah.
I would rather do that. I would rather be in a place with dry heat than somewhere that has like bad humidity. Because
Oh, I hate humidity.
yeah, me too. I can't
I,
can't breathe in
Miserable.
it.
I'm okay either way.
No.
Really?
I
hate
just like
the
being warm.
humidity.
I don't mind the heat. I don't care if it's dry
No.
or whatever.
Humidity is awful.
I can't
I mean,
stand
it makes
Finally,
it a
last
little.
summer we put the mini splits in our house, and it was the
Oh, how do
best
you like them?
thing we ever did.
What is that?
So the mini splits?
I don't know. What
They
that
go
means.
up on the
it?
wall, the units on the wall.
Oh,
The heat
and
and
ours
air
is
conditioning
for
units.
heat
Gotcha.
and air conditioning, but
Gotcha.
the air conditioning was amazing. I thought, oh, let's see how this works after we spent this money.
Yeah,
I came in the house one day, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is heaven.
yeah.
You no more window ACs. You don't have to listen to the
Mhm.
noise of them. This is just so
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
That's how Rich is. He can't
Huh?
do the heat. He
No.
can't.
Yeah, so that must be tough. Where are you going to go on vacation? I don't know.
It is tough because I don't burn me up. I don't care how hot it is. I'm pretty good with it.
Ugh.
If it's
No.
like 60, he's like, oh my god, is it hot? So it's
I've seen him sweat.
like
in,
literally
like,
for
60,
no
65,
reason. Yeah.
That's how
Mhm.
my husband is.
Yep. Even now, we still in our bedroom we have no heat on. The windows are still open and the fan is on. It's like probably I'd say 50 degrees in our bedroom. And I have my electric blanket. I got the dog like all snuggled up with me, and because he's on midnight, so I'm like trying to like bundle up. Because if he comes home in the morning and it's warm, whew.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Window getting opened?
Yeah. 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 And in the office, if he's working down there, he like turns the heat all the way down. And then when I'm down there,
you turn it all the way up.
Oh yeah. I crank that sucker right up, and he opens up the door and he's like, oh my God, it's so hot. He's got the fan going. I'm like,
see, I remember her talking like this one day. And when after Rich had his back surgery, I went and visited him a couple of times. And the first time I went in there, I'm like, I didn't say anything, but
freaking cold.
This is cold in here. I mean, it was.
I wasn't kidding.
No, and he's sitting there in his chair with
T-shirt,
shorts on, like a wife beater on or whatever. Oh my God! I'm like, and then he opened up the sliding door for the dog, and he left it open. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you know.
That's He thinks I'm the crazy one because I'm always cold. I'm like, no. I'm like, I swear to, you're going through like menopause or something. Like there's,
I don't know. I've said it a million times. The older I get, the warmer I like it. So.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Today's it.
Yeah.
So what's next?
I don't know. We're still working.
The budget season.
Yeah, the budget's next.
Budget season's coming up.
That'll be a rough one.
That'll be a rough one. We've already had
first look at our contractual obligations. I'm like, oh my gosh. What's next? Well, we're working on converting the old senior center to the old school. So we have some preliminary things to do there. We have asbestos tile flooring
in the old,
so we're going to have that removed. Rich is on that committee.
Yeah, yes.
And then just a couple other things before there. Hopefully the RFP, which is request for proposal, goes up sometime this month. And then we can start getting bids and reviewing them and taking the next step. So we're hoping that is for September too.
That would be good. And then what happens to the old building? Do you know yet?
That's up to the town.
Okay.
It's a town-owned building. My best suggestion as a realtor is to sell it because it's got a lot of issues going on over there, and just whatever you can get for it,
get out of it.
Get out of it.
Just cut your losses and be done with it.
It's not going to be an easy sale.
Yeah.
You know, probably a year or so ago, even 2 years, it would have been an easier sale. But now that the market has shifted a little bit, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still kind of crazy because we don't have any inventory for selling. But
you know, and it's really cool that you let the town off easy this time.
Let them off easy?
Don't you remember the proposal you guys put out? Because first it was going to be a dome.
What are you talking about?
At the field. It was going to be 18.5. You didn't. Come on, Mary Beth can tell you.
What?
It was $18.5 million. It was
not on my watch. Not on my watch.
It was a domed football field.
Yeah,
Griswold Stadium.
Yeah, right.
Not on my watch. I don't know anything about that, Kathy.
As cool as that would be, but no. I mean, I don't think that would fly.
Does that happen someday somewhere? I bet you some high school fields like down in Texas or Oklahoma.
I would.
Because it's high school football is like,
it's like a religion down there. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they did have something like that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of those high school facilities are probably college grade type of facilities. But
Jennifer says the current ballot count as of 9:30, which was 6 minutes ago, is 113.
Okay.
But I say 650. You said 14.
I said 837.
I was 456.
You're 456.
Okay. I know. Well, try to be
quarter of the way there.
Side.
Yeah.
How many hours left?
I know.
Well, I think from between now and like 4, you'll get trickling.
You get trickling, and then after that, people start getting out of work.
Yep,
I'd say picking up their kids from activities going on up at the school, and they're stopping by.
Yep, we hope they're stopping by. They should.
I think this is
why not vote.
You know, the one thing that does worry me is, as far as a voting demographic are seniors.
Yep.
How are they going to feel about this going forward?
Well,
I would hope, and I know a few seniors that have said yes, I'm voting yes, because of the history, of their kids going through this.
Well, and the school and the senior center partner and do a lot of things with the seniors down there, and we have a very good relationship with Tina Fall, the
Mhm.
director.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our kids come in at one point, probably pre-COVID, or maybe they're doing it back now. They were helping the seniors with technology.
Yeah. Mhm.
They were doing different things down there.
Mhm.
So I would hope, as much as we all supported the seniors, that the seniors understand and come and support the students.
Mhm.
And
I hope so too.
The community here.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is going to fail. I think this is going to.
I try to be very positive all the
Yeah.
time.
I'm excited, but
I'm very excited. I'm just like, is
I
it
know,
8
just
o'clock
wait,
tonight?
I know, like, come on, let's go, let's go.
And I have a long day ahead of me.
Yeah.
I have a lot to do.
Yeah,
today.
try to keep yourself busy.
Oh yeah, with a 9-month-old for a few
Oh,
hours,
there
then
you
pick
go.
up a
That'll-
4-year-old at preschool.
Oh my god. Yeah.
it's like
That'll
last
keep you
election.
busy.
It's like, are we texting me about 7:45?
Yeah. I
It's
know.
kinda close.
What are the numbers?
I'll see you down there.
Are you going down tonight at 8?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I didn't know if you had a basketball game or something.
No, I have to. No, these next couple of days are kind of crazy
Okay.
because. Oh crap! I hope my daughter didn't listen earlier.
No,
Uh-oh.
let's not talk about it. Yeah, I'll be down there at 8
She's
o'clock.
16 tomorrow, so
Nice. Happy birthday.
So she's.
I'll be down there at 8. The superintendent will be down there at 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Sure, Glenn
Mhm.
will be down there and some board members.
So if it passes, is there, will there
Cake.
be like I'm thinking like, if it passes and once the project's done, or ribbon cutting or some kind of ceremony
There will
or
be a
something.
ceremony, a ribbon cutting. The superintendent and I will outline that when we get
Cool.
to that level. But there will be. We had a small ribbon cutting ceremony for the sign,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll have one for the old school conversion,
okay.
and then we'll do one for that. So
Cool.
there will be something. It will be very much announced. And
Yep.
everything.
No, the alt school, is that going to be ready for next school year
We're
as well?
hoping for September.
This is amazing.
We really are,
Mhm.
because that
Talk about
way
being on the move.
we can and
There's a
we
lot
can
going on.
allow more students over there.
There's more space
There's
for
more
them?
space. Plus, there's talk with our special education director, Chris Champlin,
Mhm.
that he wants to develop, and we would be the only one in the region that would have a middle school alt school program.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
Yeah, I've never heard
yeah.
of that.
We'd be the only school, and we could take
Wow.
tuition students in
From other
Yes.
towns like you
and
do
our
with the
tuition for an alt school is around $48,000 a student.
48,000 a student.
That's 4 years or middle school.
Middle school. What do they
Well,
consider
middle school or ICE per year per student.
Oh, wow.
48,000 for
Whoa.
alt school students.
Holy cow. Okay. Wow.
That's good business right there.
Yeah, it is.
Well, we projected 2.4 million that we would bring in for tuition this
Exceeded
year.
that.
We exceeded it by
for the alt
300
school?
No, just
for-
for,
in general.
In
Okay,
general,
gotcha,
between
okay.
regular ed coming in, special education students, and alt school students.
Mhm.
We projected 2.4. Right now, we're probably at 2.7, 300,000 over what we projected.
Wow. Wow. And that's 7. There's 7 sending communities, right?
7. Yep.
Looking to increase that. Are there
For next
others?
year.
Are there others that are even
There's
still
a
out
couple
there?
we've
That,
talked about reaching out to, but
yeah.
possibly down the road if we can get over a few of these projects
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
doing,
of course.
to go out and pitch ourselves to them and present and all that.
Chris Garvin on the case. There is one high school with a dome.
Oh, jeez. Is there?
It's a
It's Texas.
It's got to be.
I can't. In the comments, I
Oh.
can't click on it or anything.
So you were just asking, do we ever use Google? Yep.
Kathy's using
Yeah,
Google.
we do.
There you go.
Yep.
For the whole project, I have Arizona. He says,
Oh, that would make sense.
Yep.
gotta
Yep,
keep it
yep.
air conditioned. It's 140 there.
But it's a dry heat. It's fine.
Whatever.
No, it's still hot.
It's so hot.
104 is 104.
We got geckos out there basking because it's hot enough.
Listen,
Fry an egg on the sidewalk.
That's all right. I would rather have 104 than what we got coming on Friday and Saturday.
That's cold.
I can put
That's
a,
yeah.
That's
I would.
really
I
cool.
nope. I will take 104 all day long over -4.
I can put a sweater on.
Nope, that's still not enough. When you get that chill to your bones and you just can't warm up.
So we
ugh,
know Kathy will be staying in
I-
all weekend.
I hate that feeling. I'll have my steering wheel heater on. I'll have,
Your seat heater
my
on.
seat heater on. I'll have the heat cranked up in the car, and Rich will have all the windows open in the house.
Peggy, 11 million. Is that how much the dome costs? Is that what you're saying there?
'Cause- 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991. 1991 11 million.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That was back in
30
1991.
years ago. That's a
$11
$40 million project,
Yeah.
$45 billion project, if at all.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Arizona.
Imagine sinking that other town.
No.
Yeah, you're
We're having a lot with 3.8
Could
right
you?
now.
I know. Could you imagine 11 million 30 years ago to put a domed high school?
No.
your mill rate's going to go up by 12. What? Yeah, well, still cheaper than Norwich.
Oh, wow.
I've always looked at the big picture myself, which I feel is the big picture of what this all-purpose field will do for the town. I've always been hooked on the imagery of the town, and with people coming into town or looking to come into Griswold, I think this is something that it's like a wow factor. People come in, they have, a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, look at this.
Mhm.
Kids, do you want to go to school here? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer between that and the imagery with the sign,
Mm-hmm.
the senior center. When you get old, Johnny, you can go here,
Yeah.
And I've hit that age.
Yeah. Getting your McDonald's coffee at senior discount.
Yeah. That happened. Mary Beth, I'm not kidding. I walked into a Dunkin' Donuts. I said nothing. And this young girl was behind the counter. And she went like this. She went, senior discount. That was it. It was like 14 cents, but it was just funny.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything.
No.
Well, no, you
I'm
take
like,
it.
Why
Thank you.
bother?
10 years ago, it would have been like, I'm not a senior. Now it's like,
I still
Okay.
get irritated when I get ma'amed. I'm like, oh, don't call me
I know.
ma'am. Like, really? I don't like. I know I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm not a ma'am.
Betty wants to know, is Griswold planning any opening any warming centers?
That I don't know. Kathy?
Public health and safety.
I'm not on that board anymore.
No, I know.
I'm not on it.
That one I don't know.
They were.
I know the
at
state
the
was
fire
opening.
department.
The state is opening.
The state is opening them. I don't know if it's happening locally. Like, I don't.
It used to be. They used to do them at
the fire
the fire
department.
department. The best
See,
bet.
if Paul was here, he could answer that question.
Yes. Yeah.
Or if Rich was up, he could answer that question.
If Rich didn't have to work third
I
shift.
know.
But Paul is on assignment
Is he?
today.
Oh,
yes.
is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's on assignment.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll see him again on Friday.
Okay.
Would ask Chris anything.
Yep.
Yes.
Retiree row.
This is nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
211. Call 211.
Yeah.
That's all I could say at this point because
Call the
I-
town hall here and ask them.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't heard anything. I just know Governor Lamont.
Yeah, I
opened up.
saw that they're opening them up.
I know that Leona, when things like this get, she'll email me, text me, or whatever to put it out. But the last time when Governor Lamont activated the severe cold protocol, about a month and a half ago,
I don't remember.
we did not have any warming centers.
No, I know they
Didn't Plainfield have one?
Plainfield did, yes.
So, and I know they definitely were talking about
Regionally.
shelter, at the Jewett City Firehouse at one point.
Yeah.
And they have, I think, a protocol put into place, and they were kind of working out some, who would volunteer to
Yes.
stay
Right,
there,
right.
and there were some logistics that they had to kind of work out and plan for. So I don't know if that's been finalized or not. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would encourage them to contact town hall.
If they may just tell you to call 211.
Right.
Because because one thing I did say is, well, what about people that don't have transportation to Plainfield?
Yeah.
What do they do? What happens then?
Right.
I don't think that if it's 0 and somebody needs shelter to come in, I don't think anybody's going to turn them away.
I don't think so either.
No,
Any neighboring
I-
town.
I mean, yeah, I don't think
Go to the
they would
library.
be- yeah, I don't think they would be turned away. I just don't know how that works, insurance wise, or when you get into that kind of stuff. I don't know how any of that.
Right.
Yeah, but then there's the human element.
Of course.
So-
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be like, hold on, stand outside and freeze while
Yeah.
I make a phone call. No, you'll have them come in, but I just don't know if that would be like a permanent solution,
Right.
until they would, figure out what to do, if they had to stay overnight or something. I don't know how that would work, but
I'd go into a convenience store and just say it's too cold. What are they gonna do? You know,
buy something. They'll make you buy something.
But then again, I think you'd have somebody there be like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, just warm
The
up for a
human
while.
side of you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
Yep. And there's usually somebody I know at the firehouse. So, you know, if it was like a dire need, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's usually somebody there.
Yep.
Not necessarily overnight, but
well,
I'm sure
no,
we
of
can
course,
figure
but-
something out. I'm sure we could work with Tina Falk or
But that's when you start getting into human
Or maybe
services,
Tina,
social
exactly.
maybe
services.
Tina would know.
Yeah.
She does a lot of the social services
Yeah.
for the town.
I'm looking at the
Yeah.
website now. There's nothing on the website as of right now that says that we have a shelter
She's a wealth of
in place.
information.
She is, yeah.
She really is.
So,
Use a church, Peggy says.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you can go
Yep.
into.
St. Mary's.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, voting is today until 8 p.m. at Town Hall in Griswold. Shall the residents of Griswold appropriate up to $3.8 million
Mm-hmm.
for the multi-purpose turf field on the Griswold Public School complex?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Till 8 p.m.
Until 8 p.m. I voted this morning. I know
I
you
voted.
did.
We'll be going this
Yeah.
afternoon when he wakes up.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Tell your neighbors, talk to people.
Get the
you
word
know,
out.
Yeah. And while you're pumping gas, hey, did you vote today?
Yeah.
You know, when you're grabbing your coffee at
Did you
Dunk's
vote
or whatever.
today?
Yeah. Did you vote today? You're voting?
Yeah.
What's going on? You know, go get your breakfast sandwich and make sure you vote.
yeah, I was talking to Dean about it.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like this is to me. This is sports is only a piece of it.
It's
Yeah,
only a piece.
It is.
Only a piece of this
Mhm.
this whole picture of
Mhm.
of what should be done here.
Yep.
You know, and
It's the right thing to do.
if I'm moving from another town and I want to come or I'm looking here and I see these things that are being built or have been built, especially recently, and what's going on in the future with the infrastructure, you know, and what they're planning. This is a town that's investing in their future,
Mhm.
Right.
you know, so why wouldn't you want to be?
And we
piece
have
of
a
that?
beautiful campus over there.
Mhm.
All three.
It's so
of them.
unique
Yeah.
because you have all the schools right
All
there
right
in one
there.
spot.
It's
Mhm.
very unique.
Yeah.
And I've said that before. People
Mhm.
say, do you know how lucky you are? All your schools are on one
Mhm.
campus. I said, I do. Because
Yeah.
I've had two kids in two different buildings all the time going
Mhm.
through.
Yeah.
And I was just housed on one campus.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And
that
it's a
is really
beautiful
cool.
facility.
Mhm.
Our buildings are beautiful. We've got our new digital sign, and
Mhm.
the field and the track are the next piece that need to be worked on.
Yep.
So when I was 10 years old and we had just moved into Jewett City. I was 8 when we moved in, but when I was 10 years old, my mother and my father had the opportunity to move into Plainfield. And my mother said no, because it would have been closer for them both to go to where they were working.
Mhm.
But my mom said, no, I don't want to do that. And now this is back in 76, 77. She said, I don't want to. She told me why. I said, why didn't you want to? I mean, I was thankful she didn't.
Right.
But she goes, because I love the school systems here.
Mhm.
And that was back then. That's 50 years ago. Oh,
Yeah,
crap.
Right.
Yeah, you're old.
No.
Remember the McDonald's coffee conversation we just
Oh, my
had?
God.
You're old.
Oh. Jeez. Speaking of old, you know who the first Ronald McDonald was?
No. Why? No. No,
I don't even know, and I'm older than him.
Jeez.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know who the
I'm not-
current one is.
I'm not
I
even
don't-
telling you.
Is there a current one?
Who knows?
I
Is
don't
he
think
still
so.
a mascot?
I don't
He's
know.
creepy as hell.
Yeah,
I just
I mean-
know. All set.
It's a good time. Great time. But anyway, my mother stayed here because she wanted, and I feel the same way. And how cool would it have been? You know, how many kids? This is something too. How many kids that do not play an athletic sport will now say, "Okay,
Right.
I want to play," because of the
Possible.
facility change.
It's possible.
It's
Mhm.
Definitely possible. Or like, you know, I wasn't even thinking when Sean was talking about zip it. When Sean was talking about like PE classes and
Right.
things like
Yeah.
that, I never even thought of
Mhm.
that. You know, these
Yeah.
Our
kids in elementary
kids
school.
do a spring fun run.
Oh, that's cool.
They can use the track.
Yeah.
Not this coming spring.
Right,
because
right, yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
with all the positiveness,
yeah.
it will pass tonight. But they will be able to use that, and it's an after-school program.
Yep. I never even when
Yeah.
he mentioned that, I'm like, oh yeah, duh, you know. And right, those kids PE, you know, when they're learning football or soccer or doing their, you know, field sports or whatever, you know, and they're learning it in elementary school, it could suck them in to become athletes as they
But
get
this
older.
will also benefit Griswold Rec.
Yeah,
because they use
absolutely.
our facilities
Mhm.
for
My son
different
played.
things.
My son did youth
So
football.
Ryan could expand on his program by
Mhm.
offering other things with this new track.
What about
and the-
GYF? And I mean,
Right.
Jeff Cassidy, who runs that program, and Ted Koziel, who's a part of
Mhm.
youth football in the region and stuff. I don't think I think I've had a chat before with Jeff, but I don't remember exactly what it was. So I'm not going to say
Right.
what he said or didn't say. But I can tell you, I've talked to a couple of coaches, and they'd be like, "Wow, this would be awesome."
Mhm.
And youth football is our feeder program.
Yeah,
also.
right. Yep.
So
And I'm glad Jeff was on that personally. I'm
Yep.
glad he
Jeff
was
was on
on that ad hoc committee because it is a feeder program for Griswold Public Schools and Griswold High School for football.
Yep.
And this program has got to be the most amazing youth football program in New England.
right.
I mean, it's
They
crazy.
have built it up to be incredible.
It's amazing.
Mhm.
They've done
Yeah.
such a great job.
It was definitely a very strong ad hoc committee that was put together
Yeah.
with very key players,
Mhm.
and they really did their due diligence, their homework, and I can't thank them enough. I did attend some of the meetings, not so many in the beginning, but as it started really ramping up and
Mhm.
progressing, I did. And very strong-willed people, and they all, hats off to all of them for
Yeah.
getting us to this level. And then the Board of Ed, had to approve everything
Mhm.
and start taking over. And if it is approved, it will also piggyback on the school committee that is presently working on the senior center.
Yep. The alternative school
Yep.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked Glenn when he was here and Sean when he was here for like one final statement. What would you tell somebody that is on the fence, that's right in front of you, on what you believe that this will do for the community? What would you say?
This will take the community to the next level that we need. To the next level we need for the community, because it is a community use. Community will be able to use it, and it's going to take our students to the next level. Also, hopefully, bring in more tuition students for us, which benefits the taxpayers here, because our tuition is credited, and it is a big piece of how we're keeping our tax base where we are keeping it.
Mhm.
If we didn't have this 2.4 million this year, our taxes would increase 2.7 mils. I asked,
Yeah.
because I said, what would our tax rate be? Right now, we're at 25.07 mils. We would be at 27.7 mils. So that's a big thing. Just on my house alone, I calculated it out. That would be another $445 a year I'd have to pay in taxes. So I believe in this. I hope all the people who are supporting us are coming out, are voting, but it's what Griswold needs, and it's what we need to do for the community and for our students.
Can I caveat?
Sure.
All right. I think when you have a business, I know when you have a business, you can have flat sales from year over year, but still have profit growth,
Right.
depending on how you're running your business.
Mhm.
So the way I've looked at it from just kind of like in my own weird head is that I think this will attract kids from other communities and towns, but I also think it'll keep kids here that would have gone somewhere else. So how much are we paying out per kid that we wouldn't be paying out anymore? So there you go. Even if it stayed flat, you still have more profitability because you're not paying out for other kids leaving town.
We're hoping that it keeps the kids here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't realize it's our obligation to be able to. Kids have a choice
Mhm.
once they're in
They
high
have a
school.
lot of
They have a lot of
choices.
choices here of where they can go.
Yeah.
And when you go to a town, you do have to pay for their tuition.
Mhm.
That's what I was getting
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
We have to pay for buses. Our buses are roughly $365 a day plus fuel. Plus a tuition for someone to go to Killingly is almost $10,000 a year. Now, we don't pay tuition to state schools. The
Ellis Tech,
Norwich Tech,
We
Grasso.
have a Grasso kid in
But
the house.
we have to provide
The bus.
transportation.
Sure.
Mhm.
We pay for them to go to magnet schools, but we don't provide transportation to that. There's so many
Different.
differences here that you have to keep straight on where you're busing these kids out
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So the more kids we retain,
Right.
the
It's
less money that's
less
going
money
out.
that's going out.
Right.
And then the more money, I mean, the more kids that we get from the other towns, the
That's what I'm saying. You
Right.
could be flat. You could have
Yeah.
let's say you netted 0 kids, but you had 4 kids hypothetically.
Mhm.
You know that we're going
that we're gonna
killingly,
go.
and then they no, I want to stay here now.
Mm-hmm.
That's 40 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Just that.
That's just 1 year
That's
right.
just 1 year.
times 4
Right.
years.
Right.
It's $160,000.
Mhm.
What's that going to do for your tax base?
Yeah.
Right.
Boing.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yep.
look good.
It's gonna
To me,
help.
I guess I'm going to use your quote. It's a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer. I really believe it.
Yep.
Betty said. Betty's talking about the warming
Center?
centers. Yeah, she goes, "How about the new senior center?"
As a
don't-
shelter,
know.
I would say contact Tina Falk.
Yeah,
Falk,
ask
yeah.
Tina.
Tina Falk, director of the social services and
Right.
the senior center.
Yeah.
Yep. Or
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock after my busy day with 2 little girls.
Gonna need a nap.
Yes, and I also
And a
have
glass of
a
wine.
meeting, and I got all this stuff going on today. Plus work. I got to try to work
Right.
today.
I know.
Yeah, I got to find time
Yeah.
to work today too.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah.
this is fun. This part, So
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thank you for
Uh,
having me in, and as
oh.
well as thank you for having Sean and Glennon. And
Mm-hmm.
we will see you tonight at 8 o'clock for positive news.
sounds good. All right. So Sean McKenna was here, Glenn LaBosse here, and of course Mary Beth Malin, who's the board chair of the Griswold Public School, or the
Board of Ed.
Board of Ed,
As well
or
as
Griswold
Kathy.
Public Schools.
Oh, I'm
And-
not.
and
I have nothing to
Kathy.
do with the board of ed.
No, but
No,
Kathy,
but you're here.
I'm here. I'm here.
you're Kathy, and she needs another sweater because it's too cold.
I'm good. I have 3 layers on.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. You're coming back, right?
Sure. I
All
think
right.
so.
Super D duper D. Have a good day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow right here on SNSN.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Kasasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both.